Son, I'm disappointed. Three warps to Sun, stage 37. And this is the final leg of the game. No bones about it. However, there are solar flares about it. Yes, that's right, these solar flares will actually chase towards you, much like the crystallized meteors in Mercury stage. However, thankfully, these won't split apart. That being said, they are indestructible. Nothing will kill them, not even super phasers. So by all means, be careful. The second warp toward the sun is the final battle of the 4 ships in the center. Now, there's not much to really say about anything here, because most of it you've seen already. And of course we have the solar flares that were just introduced in the previous warp. They're your biggest threat, obviously, so you just want to watch out for them. And of course we have these fake satellites here, you know, these orange guys, and every time you kill each individual piece of it, you get 500 points. So when you destroy a fake satellite, all 3 of them, you get a total of 1,500 points. I don't think I've explained that very well throughout the game. But, other than that, there's not really much to see here. The regular ships that are going to come at you are of no real threat to you. They might occasionally shoot out a bullet, but they're nothing to really worry about. And that's the final regular enemy we're going to see in the game. Because the final warp to the sun is just solar flares. Picture yourself in the desolation of space. You've taken out every enemy of the enemy fleet. And all that's left between you and saving the universe is a barrage of fireballs coming straight toward you from the sun. Man, just when you really think about that, and just the fact that there's no real life here, kind of makes the enemy seem lifeless, and just, ugh, just a weird feeling. But this is still a pretty cool level, nonetheless. And the only strategy I can really offer you here is just keep moving. If you see an enemy that looks like it's going to get in your way, then move in the opposite way. The only thing here to worry about is just surviving during the duration of all this. So this level will always have the same amount of time to complete it, as opposed to other levels being able to finish them quicker or slower. But never mind that, we have the final boss, and he starts off looking like the sun. And he'll shoot these solar flares at you, which you can actually destroy with regular bullets. And you want to basically stick toward his side and just keep shooting, and eventually he will shed that clothing, or, well, fire, I guess, and show his true form, which is basically a giant eye. And he will shoot smaller eyes toward you. And you can take these out with regular bullets as well, and you want to basically keep shooting. Now, these eyes are going to kind of aim towards you and surround you, and that's going to heavily restrict your field of play. And that's important because eventually he's going to start shooting laser beams at you, which is where the super phaser comes in. Not only will it do a lot of damage to this guy, but as you will see in a few seconds, it will actually destroy his lasers, which move pretty fast. So if you don't have super phasers, this battle gets really hard. But super phasers make it a little easier on you. And, quite frankly, very doable. There's definitely harder bosses in this game than this guy. And after a while, you're just going to want to keep shooting him like this. But eventually, he will change form one more time, and that's when you know the game will be at an end. He'll turn pink! And when he opens his eye one more time, we'll fill him full of bullets, and that'll do it for Gyruss. That is the game. And hey, we got another life. Awesome. And now it's time for the ending, which I regrettably have to say the North American release kind of got the shaft with the ending. Not really much here. The sun turns back to its original orangey color, and our ship will start to fly out toward the camera. Very nice song, though. Definitely gotta say that. And we get this little message of the universe is at peace. And after that, the music will begin to fade, and like any arcade game, we get to start all over again. You can keep playing as long as you want, basically until you die. You'll have the same score, same amount of lives, same amount of phasers, and you can keep going until you eventually lose. Now, what do I think of this game? I fucking love it! If you couldn't tell by now, this game is awesome. It's one of my favorite games of all time, and rightfully so. And I'm one of the people who believes it is the best version of Gyruss you're ever going to play. Now, a lot of people will say that the arcade version is better, but I disagree. This game offers you a lot more. Not only do you get mid-bosses and bosses, but you get more levels, you get power-ups, and it's just all around. It's also a better challenge, too. And I just can't help but say I love this game. I love this game a lot. Now, the Japanese version of the game actually did get a bit more of a full ending. And I couldn't get actual video, but I did manage to get pictures that I can show you. Now, we've seen this part where the sun turns back to its regular orangey color and the ship flies away from, toward the camera. But, as the scene actually keeps going, and he flies back toward Earth, and he eventually gets back to its home city, whatever generic city this is supposed to be. Probably Tokyo or something. And he ports, he gets back to his little port here, and he gets out of his ship, and then we get credits. But I love this game. I hope you do too. But that's going to do it for me. Thanks for playing, and take care.